Good afternoon, everyone. So today we are going to discuss RN classes Pre-Board-1. Obviously, the paper is objective in nature, and specifically today I'll be discussing how to solve an objective paper. So please do pay attention to the method. Also, when you utilize your reading time, I want you to really utilize it. That means you need to mark the questions that you are going to do during the paper. Reading time is for that. Since you know there are choices, you should be able to make those choices in that reading time itself. Alright, so without further ado, let's begin. Now, first question, if 5 sin theta is equal to 3, then cos theta minus secant theta is. That means I am interested in the value of this, right? From this relation, can I write the value of sin theta? Yes, sin theta is equal to 3 by 5. From sin theta, I need to write cos theta and secant theta. So sin theta, let me imagine a triangle, right? Obviously a right triangle. This is 90. But imagine it. And suppose this angle is theta. So sin theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So this is 3, this is 5. Right? Now can you guess the base here? Obviously I know the Pythagorean triplet, that is 3, 4, 5. Right? From here you can write cos theta. Cos theta is base upon hypotenuse, so 4 by 5. And secant theta is obviously 1 by cos theta, that means it's reciprocal, so I can write this as secant theta reciprocal of this 5 by 4. I need to subtract it, 4 by 5 minus 5 by 4, and I can easily get the answer, which is option B. Right? Now, let's move on to question number 2. Which of the following pairs of linear equations is inconsistent? Inconsistent, right? That means there should be no solution. Now, I know the condition for linear equations having no solution, which is a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2, right? Let me write it down for you. a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2. So let me just look at each of the options and I'll decide which is the pair which is inconsistent, right? First of all, let's check for option A. So a1 by a2 as in 3 by 2 divided by 9. And let me check b1 by b2, that is 5 by 3 divided by minus 10. Now first of all, I'll check whether these two are equal or not. So here se bhi 1 by 6 aa raha hai, but here se minus 1 by 6 aa raha hai. a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. मैं आगे तो check नहीं करूँगा. So that means this is not the correct answer. Right? Let's move on to option B. Now, let me write a1 by a2, 2 divided by 4 by 3. b1 by b2, 3 by 2. Now, obviously ये 3 by 2 हो रहा है. So, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2. But I need to check c1 by c2, which is 12 by 8. Obviously तुम यहाँ पे शिफ्ट करके लिख सकते हो -12 में -8 आएगा, साइन माइनस कट हो जाएंगे. तो मैं डायरेक्टली यहीं से लिख देती हूँ 12 by 8, which is what? Is it 3 by 2? Oh, it is 3 by 2. So a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. Definitely not the condition that I want. So option B rejected. Now let's move on to option C then. So a1 by a2, 5 by -10, -1 by 2. I can write that directly. -3 by 6 minus 1 by 2. Okay, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, and this is 11 by -22, which is -1 by 2 again. So do you think this is the correct option? Absolutely not. So that means 3 of the options have been rejected. That means option D is the correct one. You don't need to check it because you have rejected the first 3 options. All right, on to the next question now. The decimal expansion of this rational number is, right? Now, decimal expansion की nature बतानी है. So, I can get to know the nature of the decimal expansion by the denominator, right? By the prime factorization of the denominator, right? So, let me just write the prime factor of this number. Now, prime factor से पहले factors लिख लेते हैं. मुझे दिख रहा है कि 5 से divisible है, so 5 into 91. And then 91, I know that is 5 into 91 is 7 into 30, yeah. Right. Now, as I can see, the prime factorization of denominator consists of only 5, 7 and 13. Right. Since it has factors other than 2 or 5. Other than 2. Q, 7 is present. It is other than 2 or 5. So, since factors are other than 2 or 5, that means it would be a non-terminating decimal expansion. Non-terminating. Now, obviously, rational number है, non-terminating तो होगी, but it would be recurring. So that means option B is the correct one. Right? Now, on to the next question. It says, which of the following cannot be the probability of an event? Cannot be. Right? Now, I know probability of an event lies between 0 and 1. Right? Okay. Let's see whether 3/4 lies between 0 and 1. Of course it does. But मुझे चाहिए cannot be. Right? So this cannot be the answer. 75%? 75% as in 75/100, which is again 3/4. So does this 3/4 lie between 0 and 1? Yes. But I want cannot be, so that means this is not the answer. Now, -0.3. Obviously, -0.3 does not lie between 0 and 1. Right? So that means this cannot be the probability of any event. That means option C is the correct one. Alright, on to the next question. He says E and F are points on the sides PQ and PR, respectively of triangle PQR. So let me make my triangle first. Triangle PQR. PQR. Now E is on PQ and F is on PR. PQ, PR. Okay, suppose this is my E and this is my F. Now these points are such that EF is parallel to QR. EF is parallel to QR. Right? Now he says PE is 3.9. So this is 3.9, this length. And PQ is 3, so this length is 3. Obviously, I have not made the diagram according to the dimensions given. PF is 7.8. You need to find the value of PR, right? PR as an entire length. Now, out of the entire length, you already know this portion, which is PF. If you want to find the entire length, you need to find the length FR. So, let me consider this length X. Now, I am interested in the value of X. Now, I have to make use of the fact that EF is parallel to QR, right? Now, in a triangle, if this is parallel to this, can I say this PE by EQ is equal to PF by FR? By which theorem? By basic proportionality theorem. So, let me use that. So, this by this, as in 3.9 divided by 3 is equal to this by this, 7.8 divided by X. Right? So, यहाँ से X की value आ जाती है, and this is 1.3, X equal to 7.8 divided by 1.3, which is 6. Now, this length is 6. I am interested in the entire length. So, 7.8 plus 6, which is 13.8, as in the answer is option A. Right? Now, let's move on to question number 6 now. So, he says, area of a sector of a circle. Area, he's talking about the area of a sector of a circle with radius small r and angle alpha in degrees is. Now, I'm interested in the area, right? Now, area I know is what? Area of a sector is theta, as in the angle, divided by 360 into pi r square, right? Now, radius is r, but instead of theta, they have the angle alpha. So, let me replace it by alpha, right? So, just look for this quantity in the option, right? Obviously, ये तो होगा नहीं, ये भी नहीं होगा. अब इन दोनों में से होने वाला है. अब यहाँ पे 180 है, मुझे ये 360, ये भी नहीं है. अब यहाँ पे 720 है, you will say that. But look carefully, here I have 2 pi r square, right? So I can cut this and I'll get the required answer, which is option B. Alright, on to the next question. Now he says, if n is any natural number, then which of the following ends with 0, right? Ends with 0. Any number ending with 0 must have a factor of 10, right? Now, if it is a factor of 10, it should have a factor of 2 as well as of 5, right? So, let me look whether they have the factors of 2 as well as 5. Now, in option A, obviously I cannot find the factor of 5, so that means this is not the answer. Option B, can you find the factor of 5? Absolutely not the answer. Now, option C, can you find the factor of 5? Yes, because 15 obviously have a factor of 5 as well as 2 is there. Since both 2 and 5 are present, definitely this number would be what? A multiple of 10. That means it will end with at least 1 0. That means option C is the correct one. Now, the next one, question number 8. He says if tan A is x by y, then cos A is. right? So there is a triangle, obviously a right triangle. Suppose this is angle A, right? Now he says tan A. Now tan A is perpendicular over base. This by this is x by y. So let me consider this length to be x and let me consider this length to be y. Now if this is x, this is y, I know that this is 90, right? Can you write the hypotenuse directly? Of course. It is root x square plus y square. Done. Now he says cos A likhna hai. Cos A is nothing but base upon hypotenuse. Now base is the adjacent one, that means y, divided by hypotenuse, which is root x square plus y square. As in option B is the correct one. Alright, on to the next question. He says a game of chance consists of spinning an arrow which comes to rest pointing at one of these numbers, right? Which are 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23. And these are equally likely outcomes, right? So when you spin, the arrow can come at any one of these numbers. The probability that it will point at a 2-digit natural number less than 20 is, right? I'm interested in the probability. Now, in order to find the probability, the first thing that I should find is the total number of outcomes, right? So, total number of outcomes. Now, the arrow can point at either 3 or 5 or 7 or 11 or 13 or 17 or 19 or 23. So, the total number of outcomes are 8 in number, right? So, that means denominator is 6. Now, I just need to look for the favorable outcome. Now, favorable outcome, he says it will point at a 2-digit number less than 20. Now, 3 is a 1-digit number, 5, 1-digit number, 7, 1-digit number, 11. 2-digit number less than 20, yes, favorable. 13, favorable. 17, favorable. 19, favorable. 23, no, not favorable. Even though it is a 2-digit number, but it is not less than 20. So, how many favorable outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, favorable outcomes are 4. So, that is why the probability is 1 by 2 as in option D. Now, on to the next one. He says the value or values of P for which the pair of equations, as in these two, has a unique solution. Now, I know the pair of linear equations will have a unique solution provided A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. So, that means P by 2 should not be equal to 4 by 2. Right? That means P should not be equal to 4. P can be any number except for 4. It can be any real number except for 4. That means option C is the correct one. Alright, so the next one. The decimal expansion of this rational number will terminate after, basically after how many decimal places, right? Whether it is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, you need to ascertain. Now, I have this rational number. First of all, reduce the rational number to the lowest form. Abhi to already lowest form hai. Why? Because the denominator just have the factors 5 and 2. And 5 bhi yahan pe nahi hai iska factor and 2 bhi iska factor nahi hai. Right? It is in the lowest form. Now, look at the prime factorization of the denominator. Right? So, 1, 2, 5, 0. Now, 1 to 5 is definitely 5 cubed. So, prime factorization would be 2 into 5 raised to 4. Now, I need to ascertain after how many decimal places will it terminate. Now, for order to decimal expansion to terminate, I need the factors of 10 in the denominator, right? Factor of 10. How many factors of 10 can I have, right? Now, factor of 10, I need 2 as well as 5. Now, I have 5 raised to 4, right? That means if I can somehow make 2 raised to 4, I can get 10 raised to 4, as in 4 factors of 10. And this I can definitely do because 2 are 2 raised to 4 chahiye. So multiply by 2 cube, multiply by 2 cube. Done. So in this way, I'll get 10 raised to 4 as in 4 factors of 10. Since there are 4 factors of 10, that is why the decimal expansion will terminate after 4 decimal places. Alright. Now, next one. In the given figure, triangle ABC is right angle at C. So this angle is 90. DE is perpendicular to AB. DE is perpendicular to AB. So that means this angle is 90. Done. Length AE is, right? Now I need to find this length. I will call that X, obviously. Now it is given that this is 3, this is 2 and this is 12. I am interested in this length. Now this length AE is actually getting involved in this triangle AED. Right? Also, I will have to make use of the fact of the bigger triangle as in ACB. Right? Now, do you think this tiny triangle and the bigger triangle, whether they are related to one another or not? Yes. I think we can very well see that this triangle, as in triangle AED, is similar to the bigger triangle. No? 90, common angle. By double A similarity rule, angle AED is similar to triangle ACB. Right? Now, since the triangles are similar, I know that the sides will be proportional. Now, let's see. I am interested in AE. Obviously, I will involve AE. So, X divided by AC. Now, AC is 3 plus 2 as in 5 is equal to. Now, I need to look at the length which I already know. Ab ED, मुझे ED तो पता नहीं है. AD, do I know AD? Yes. So, I'll take AD by AD. So, AD is 3 divided by AD. Oh, मुझे AB नहीं पता. But I know AC, which is technically 5. And I know BC, which is 12. Now, this is right triangle. 5, 12. AD will be what? Come on, Pythagorean triplet. 13. So, this is divided by 13. That means X will turn out to be 15 by 13, which is the answer. Alright, on to the next one. He says the distance of the point from origin is. Now, I know the coordinates of origin is 0, 0. Right? I need to find the distance of this point from this point. I can use the distance formula, which is what? Square root of x2 minus x1, right? So 0 minus 15, so that is 15 whole square, plus y2 minus y1 whole square, so y2 minus y1, so minus 8 whole square, right? अब ये 15 square plus 8 square है, Pythagorean triplet तो आता ही है मुझे. This is nothing but 70. Right? So option A is the correct one. Now, the value of this expression is, now tan theta is a standard angle, 30 is a standard angle, 45 is a standard angle. I know the value. Now, tan square 30 degree, that means tan 30 degree whole square. Tan 30 degree क्या होता है? 1 by root 3. So, this is 1 by root 3 whole square minus 4 into sin 45 degree whole square. Sin 45 is 1 by root 2 whole square. Right? So, this is 1 by 3 minus 4 into 1 by 2. So, this is 1 by 3 minus 2, which is minus 5 by 3, which is option C. Done? Now, the next question, question number 15. If triangle ABC is similar to triangle QRP, now corresponding parts are important, so pay attention to those. If triangle ABC is similar to triangle QRP and area of triangle ABC over area of triangle PQR is 9 by 4, AB is 18, BC is 15, you need to find the length PR. Now, ratio of areas is given, right? Ratio of areas, that too of similar triangles. I know that ratio of areas of similar triangles is directly related with the ratio of corresponding sides. In fact, directly related with the square of the ratio of the corresponding sides. I know that this ratio, 9 by 4, is equal to square of the ratio of corresponding sides. Now, अब मुझे corresponding sides, मुझे PR चाहिए, right? PR से corresponding कौन सा? CB. So this I can write PR and यहाँ पे लिखते हैं CB. Right? Do I know this length CB? Oh, BC पता तो है, one of the same thing. So this is 15. Right? अब square root ऐसे लिख देते हैं. I can write 15 by PR is equal to 3 by 2. So that means PR will turn out to be 10, which is option A. Alright. So the next one. Which of the following pair of linear equations is consistent but dependent? Consistent as in it should have a solution, and since it says dependent, that means it should have infinite number of solutions. Now I know the condition for infinite number of solutions, which is A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. So let me check with the first option. So A1 by A2, so that is 2 by 4, and here I can see minus 1 by 2. Definitely 2 by 4 is not equal to minus 1 by 2. With the equal चाहिए. So I will not check again. I will continue on to option B. Now A1 by A2 as in 3 by 9. B. Oh, अबे minus 5 by है. पहले तो इसको ठीक करके लो. नहीं तो we will commit an error. So minus 15y is equal to 27. Right? Now let's see. 3 by 9 minus 5 by minus 15. These two are definitely equal. And 9 by 27, which is also equal to 0. So A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. That is why this pair of linear equations is consistent as well as dependent, and it will have infinite number of solutions. Now, on to the next one, question number 17. Now, he says A is this, 2 cosecant theta, B is 4 cot theta, then you need to find the value of this. So, let me just substitute the value, right? So, 3 by 2 as it is, this. A is 2 cosecant theta. So, 2 cosecant theta whole square minus B, 4 cot theta whole square divided by 4. Right? So, 3 by 2 as it is. Now, this is obviously 4 cosecant square theta minus 16 cot square theta divided by 4. Now, obviously 4 gets cancelled. I'll get 4 cot square theta. 4 cot square theta. Wait a second. Can I get 4 common? So, let me take 4 common. So, this becomes cosecant square theta minus cot square theta. Is there a trigonometric identity? Of course there is. Cosecant square theta minus cot square theta, which is equal to 1. Right? So, this becomes 3 by 2 into 4 into 1. So, this becomes 6. Option D is the correct one. Alright. On to the next question. Question number 18. He says ratio of the LCM and HCF of least composite and least prime number is. Now, least composite. One is neither prime, neither composite. 2 is prime, 3 is prime. Least composite is 4. Right? Okay. And least prime is definitely 2. Now, he says ratio of the LCM. Now, first of all, LCM of 2 and 4 is what? 4. And HCF. HCF of 4 and 2. That is highest common factor. Obviously, it's 2. Now, he says, tell me the ratio. So, 4 by 2 as in 2 is to 1. Option A is the correct one. Now, let's move on to question number 19. Now, he says O is any point inside a rectangle ACBD. You have to be careful of the name. So, I will have my rectangle ACBD. Now, O is any point. Suppose my O is here. Right? Now, let me look at the options, because he says which of the following is true. So, I need to ascertain which of the options is the correct one. Now, as I can see, in the first option, I have OA square plus OB square is equal to OC square is equal to OD square. Right? Now, square of the sides are coming, right? Definitely, somehow, maybe I have to use Pythagoras theorem. Right. So, I will proceed with the Pythagoras theorem option by option. So, let me check the first option. Now, first option, I have OA square. Right? OA square. So, let me join it. Then I have OB square. So, let me join OB as well. Okay. And OC, join it. And OD, join it. Also, he definitely straight lines banaye hain. They try. Right? Because O is any point. Now, he says OA square. Now, this length square. Now, this length square, that means this should be hypotenuse of some triangle. Can you see a right triangle? No. But can we create a right triangle? Of course we can. So, what I'll do is, since I want OA square, I will drop a perpendicular from A on the side A. Let this be 90. Right? And let me name this point E. Now, I can write OA square as this square plus this square. As in OE square plus AE square. Right? Now, next he asked me OB square. OB square is here. Now, if I want OB square, that means somehow right triangle shape. So, what I'll do is, I will extend this line itself, EO. Right? Since these two lines are parallel, here पे भी 90 ही बनेगा. Right? And let this point be N. Now, I am interested in OB square, which is OF square plus FD square. So, OB square is equal to OF square plus FD square. Now, I need to see whether this left hand side is equal to the right hand side or not. So, OC square, देखें, OC square बनेगा क्या? OC square यहाँ पे है. That means somehow OE square plus EC square है, ये मुझे check करना है. अब OE square, अगर मैं इन दोनों को ऐड करूं तो ई स्क्वायर तो यहाँ पर है, ओके, ई सी स्क्वायर टाइप है, ई सी स्क्वायर नहीं है बट एफ बी स्क्वायर है, राइट, एंड आई कैन सी डेफिनेटली एफ बी सी ई इज अ पैरेललोग्राम, in fact it is a rectangle. Now EC नहीं है, FB है, it is one of the same thing because these two sides are clearly equal. So I have OE square plus FB square. इसको लिख दूं EC square in order to visualize. So OE square plus EC square is nothing but OC square. Fine. At least ये term तो बन गया. अब OD square check करते हैं. OD square कहाँ पर है? यहाँ पर, right? OD square is equal to OS square plus FD square. Now do I have OS square? Yes. FD? Instead of FD, I have AE. Oh, but don't you think FD and AE will be equal? Because again, DFEA will be a rectangle and these two sides will be equal. So instead of AE, let me write it DF square. Now, OF square plus DF square, as in these two, if I add these up, I'll get OD square. So that means if I add these two, OA square plus OB square, I will get OC square plus OC square, which is option A itself. A correct हो गया तो मैं आगे तो definitely नहीं check करूँगी. So option A is the correct one. Now let's move on to question number 20. Now he says if side of a rhombus is 20. Now rhombus is a parallelogram with all the sides equal to one another. So let me have my rhombus. Maybe it looks like this. Now he says that the side is 20. So this is 20, this is 20, this is 20, this is 20. And one of the diagonals is 32 centimeter. One of the diagonals. Suppose this diagonal is 32. Entire. So let me name this A, B, C, D. And I know that AC is equal to 32. Now he says then the length of the other diagonal is. Other diagonal as in DB. Right? Now it is a rhombus. Do I know the properties of diagonals of rhombus? I know diagonals will bisect each other, right? And they bisect at a very nice angle. It's a rhombus. Diagonals will bisect each other at 90 degrees, right? Okay. Now मुझे पता था that AC is 32. Now I know bisection is there. This is 60. This is 90. Wait a second, मुझे DB निकालना है. ये छोटा पोर्शन निकालो. Half portion basically. So let me find out this. यहाँ पे 90 है. This is 16. This is 20. I know the Pythagorean triplet. 12, 16, 20. So definitely this side is 12. Now this is 12. Obviously this is 12. So entire diagonal is 24 centimeters. Obviously. Alright. On to the next one. Question number 21. Now he says this number can be expressed as this. As in 2 raised by m into 3 square into 5 raised by n into 7 into 13 raised by p. The value of m into n plus p is. I need to find the value of this expression. I can find the value provided I know the value of m, n and p. Right? That I can assert from here because m is here, p is here. Now I can see that this number has been prime factorized. Right? I think we are in class 10. We know how to prime factorize a number. Anyway, hints are given to us. 32760. Now definitely मुझे दिख रहा है since 1 0 is there, सिर्फ 1 factor of 5 would be there, so n तो मुझे दिख ही रहा है कि 5 होगा, right? So यहाँ पे 3 square into 5 raised by 1 into 7 into. अब what you can do is जो भी नंबर आएगा उसमें देखें ना 2 के कितने फैक्टर्स आ रहे हैं, right? अब मुझे दिख रहा है कि 760 8 से तो डेफिनेटली डिविजिबल होगा, right? तो डायरेक्टली 8 से डिवाइड करके देख सकते हो, right? And you will get here the factor 2. Right? And 7 से divide करोगे and you will find that you 7 तो 1 ही है. फिर यहाँ से दिख जाएगा 30 raised by 1. Right? Now compare this and this. Now 2 raised by m, 2 raised by 3. That means m is equal to 3. 3 square का कुछ नहीं करना. n is equal to 1 and p is equal to 1. Just insert and you'll get the answer as D option. Right? Now question number 22. The ratio in which this divides the line segment joining this and this. I need to find the ratio. So I have A, which is -6, 10. Right? Then I have B, which is 3, -8. Right? And there is some point on this line segment, which is minus 4, 6. Right? I need to find the ratio, as in this ratio, this by this. So let me suppose my ratio to be k is to 1. Right? वही निकाल लेते हैं. K is to 1. I am interested in the value of k. Right? Now, if the ratio is there, can I write the coordinates of this point? Right? Using section formula, I can write the coordinates of this point. Right? So when the ratio is k is to 1, let me use the section formula. So k into 3, so 3k, plus 1 into minus 6, divided by k plus 1. Right? This will give you the x coordinate, so which is equal to minus 4. Right? Let's just cross multiply. So I'll get 3k minus 6 equal to 4 minus 4k minus 4. I'll get 7k is equal to 2. I'll get k is equal to 2 by 7. Right? Now you say ma'am दूसरे के लिए check कर लेते हैं. As you can see, none of these answer में है ही नहीं. That means one of these have to be correct. अब जो first से आ रहा है दूसरा check करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. I know that since k is equal to 2 by 7, this is 2 by 7, the ratio will be 2 into 7, as in the answer is option C. Done? Now, next, question number 23. A letter of English alphabet is randomly chosen, right? From English language, a letter is randomly chosen. Now, you can choose A, you can choose I, you can choose Y, right? So, you have 26 outcomes. That means total number of outcomes you already know, which is 26. Now he says the probability that it is a letter of the word mathematics, right? Probability that the word or the letter chosen is a letter of this word, right? So favorable outcomes. M is a favorable outcome. A, C, H, E. M already ले चुके हैं. A ले चुके हूँ. C लिखी हूँ. I, C, and S. Right? Favorable are how many? 3, 3, 2, 8. Right? That means the answer is 4 by 13, which is option A. Alright. On to the next one. He says the number of zeros lying between minus 3 and 2. Minus 3 is here. And 2 is here. Number of zeros lying between minus 3 and 2 of f of x whose graph is given. Right? Now, number of zeros can be ascertained from the points of intersection of the graph with x-axis. Right? Now, x-axis से कहाँ पे हो रहा है? आप देखें. Here it is intersecting x-axis. That means this is the 0. This is the 0. This is the 0. And this is the 0. But here there is number of zeros which specifically lies between minus 3 and 2. Minus 3. अब ये तो minus 3 के भी उधर हो गया, so definitely not. This one, this definitely lies between minus 3 and 2. So 1. Now this one, this lies between minus 3 and 2. This one does not lie between minus 3 and 2. That means just 2 zeros are there which lie between minus 3 and 2. Option is B. Right? Now question number 25. In triangle OPQ, right angle at Q. So let me make one. Q पे right angle है, right? So OPQ. This is 90. Now he says that OQ is 7. So this length is 7. And he says OP minus PQ is equal to 1. Now can't you guess the triangle? One of the side is 7. 7 वाले Pythagorean triplets. 7 वाले Pythagorean. 7, 24, 5. 24, 25. Yeah. A difference one day. So can't you guess that hypotenuse is 25 and this is 24? I think Pythagorean triplets तो याद होते हैं. We have studied them in class 8, I guess. Right? So directly you know everything now. He says cos O, right? Cos O. This is the angle. So base upon hypotenuse, 7 by 25 minus sin O, perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So this is 24 by 25. So answer is minus 17 by 25, which is option C. Alright, on to the next one. Question number 26. He says on a map drawn to a scale 1 is to 40,000. Drawn to a scale 1 is to 40,000. So ratio is given to me. That means 1 unit on the map and 40,000 units on the plot. Right? A rectangular plot of land ABCD has the measurement AB. So plot को जब map पे बनाया, there AB is 6 centimeter. So on the map, the length of AB is 6 centimeter. Length of BC is 8 centimeter. The diagonal distance of the plot is, I need to find the diagonal of the plot. Now, I have been given the dimensions on the map, right, on the map. So suppose this has to be 6 now, and this has to be 8, right? I want the diagonal distance of the plot, of the real thing, right? So let me first find the diagonal on the map itself, because I know the scale. मैंने scale 1:40,000 ही करना है ना, कर लेंगे. Now I know this is 6, this is 8. I know this is 90 because rectangle is there. That means this length is 40. This length is 10, not 40. 10. So 10 centimeter. Right? So that means 10 centimeter on the map would be what? Would be how much centimeters on the plot? It would be 10 into 40,000 centimeter. Right? But mind it, I need the answer is kilometer. अब सेंटीमीटर को किलोमीटर में चेंज करना है. पहले मीटर में चेंज करते हैं, तो डिवाइड बाय 100. ये मीटर में हो गया. अब किलोमीटर में करना है, तो फर्दर डिवाइड बाय 1000. Right? This gets cancelled. This gets cancelled. This gets cancelled. Answer is 4 kilometer on the plot, as in option B. Now let's move on to question number 27. The solution of the pair of equations is, and options are given to us. Now this is the pair of equations that you can easily solve, right? How? I know 1 by x minus y, I'll substitute as u, and 1 by x plus y is equal to v. I'll get pair of linear equation in 2 variables. I can easily solve it. But that method is quite lengthy, isn't it? Maybe I can use the options directly. Why? Because options are very nice. See, integral value. These are not fractions that I have to care about the calculation. These are integrals. I can easily make do with these. So let me start with option A. Let me put x as 8 and y as 3 and see whether the first equation is satisfied or not. So यहाँ पे 8, यहाँ पे 3. So 8 minus 3, which is 5. 30 divided by 5, that is 6. Plus 44 divided by 8 plus 3, 11. 44 divided by 11, that is 4. So 6 plus 4. Which is equal to right hand side. So that means first equation has been satisfied. Okay. Now let me check in the second equation as well. So 40 divided by x minus y, as in 8 minus 3, 5. So 40 divided by 5, that is 8. Plus 55 divided by x plus y. So 8 plus 3, 11. This is 55 by 11, which is 5. So 8 plus 5, which is equal to 13, which is the right hand side. So second equation is also satisfied. That means x is equal to 8 and y is equal to 3 is the solution of the linear pair. So that is the answer. And I should not call it linear pair, just the pair. Alright, on to the next question, which is question number 28. Given HCF of two numbers is 9, you need to find the LCM. Now, two numbers are given, HCF is given, and you need to find the LCM. Now, is there a relationship between HCF, LCM and the two numbers? Yes. I know that HCF into LCM is equal to product of the numbers, right? And the numbers are given to you, as in 306 into 657, right? Now, I know that HCF is 9. I need to find the LCM, so let's divide it by 9. 9 3 जा रहा है, so this is 34. So 34 into 657, if you do it correctly, you will get the answer as option C. Right, on to the next one, question number 29, which is a square OABC is inscribed in a quadrant OPBQ. So OPBQ is a quadrant, right? That means this angle is 90 degrees. And OABC is a square, that means this is equal to this, is equal to this, is equal to this. Right? Area of the shaded region is. So this is the shaded region, this is the shaded region. Now if I want to find the area of the shaded region, can I find the area of the entire quadrant? Yes, I can do that. Area of the entire quadrant is what? 1 by 4. Quadrant is, right? 1/4 हो रहा है. So 1 by 4 of the area of the entire circle, which is pi r square. Right? From the area of quadrant, if I subtract the area of the square, I'll get the area of shaded region. Now, area of the square is easy because I know the length OA, which is 20. So area of square is 20 square. So minus 20 square. right? I can find this area provided I know r as in the radius. Radius निकालना है. Now, what do you think about this length OB? Do you think this is the radius of the quadrant, right? This is the quadrant. That means if I complete my circle, obviously the circle is quite big. If I complete my circle, this is the center, and this is the point on the circumference. So that means this is the radius. Now I need to find out radius. I know that this is 20. अब square है तो ये भी 20 होगा. This length is also 20. This is 90. 20, 20 using Pythagoras theorem or maybe just trigonometry. I know that this is 20 root 2. That means the radius is 20 root 2. Let's substitute it. So here 20 root 2 whole square. Right? I know that the pi is 3.14, but I will not put pi directly. If something is getting common out, I will do that first. Right? Okay, so this is 1 by 4 pi as it is into 400 into 2 minus 400. Right? This gets cancelled. 400 I can get it common. 400 into pi by 2 minus 1. Now substitute the value of pi at the very last step. So 3.14 divided by 2, which is 1.57. So 1.57 minus 1, which is 0.57. 0.57. Into 100, यहाँ पे into 100 separate out करो. 4 into 57 is the answer, which is 228. Option C is the correct one. Alright. Now, the next question is question number 30th. He says a bag contains 80 balls, out of which some are yellow, some are green, and remaining are white. So there are some yellow balls, there are some green balls, and there are some white balls. And total number of balls, that is 80. Right? If the probability of drawing a yellow ball is 11 by 20. 11 by 20. Now, probability of drawing a yellow ball. होगी क्या? Total number of favorable outcomes? No. Total number of favorable outcomes divided by total outcomes. Now, total outcomes is obviously number of balls because you can choose any one of these 80 balls. Right? And favorable obviously would be the number of yellow balls, which I don't know. Right? But I know that this probability is 11 by 20. Do you think using this information you can tell me what is the number of yellow balls? Definitely, because question mark will turn out to be 44. Done. Now, I'll utilize this. Now, he says probability of drawing a green ball is 1 by 5. Right? Again, 1 by 5. Okay. Now, I know the probability of drawing a green ball would be total number of favorable balls, which I don't know. Suppose that is double question mark. And divide by total number of outcomes. I can choose any one of those 80 balls. So, total outcomes is 80. And this probability is given to be 1 by 5. Right? Solving this, I can find double question mark is nothing but 60. So, number of green balls, that is 60. Right? What do I need to find out? The number of white balls. Now, I know in the basket, there are yellow balls, green balls, and remaining are white balls. So, in दोनों को combine करते हैं, so I will get 60. Right? 60 balls have been accommodated here. That means 20 balls would be white. So, option C would be the correct one. Now, let's move on to question number 31. Now, he says 2 cos 30 degrees divided by cos square 30 degrees minus 1. Now, 30 degrees is a standard angle. I know the value of cot 30, right? Cot 30 is what? Tan 30 to yaad hota hai. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. And cot would be reciprocal, so cot 30 degree is root 3. So, this is 2 into root 3 divided by cot square 30. That means cos 30 degree whole square, as in root 3 whole square minus 1. So, this is 2 root 3. This becomes 3 minus 1 as in 2. This is root 3. Option check करें. अच्छा, this is equal to sin 60. Sin 60 is what? Root 3 by 2. Because the root 3 है, तो ये तो आंसर नहीं है. अच्छा, 2 sin 60 as in 2 into sin 60 is root 3 by 2. This is root 3 and my answer is root 3. That means option B is the correct one. Alright, on to question number 32. The shape of the top of a table in a restaurant is that of a sector. This is the sector with center O and angle BOD as 90. So this angle is 90 degrees. obviously radius is equal to 60. Pi is equal to 3.4 that you need to take. You need to write the perimeter of the tabletop. Now perimeter is the boundary. That means I need to evaluate this. Right? Perimeter of the sector मुझे लिखना तो आता ही है. Perimeter of the sector क्या था? Theta by 360 into 2 pi r, as in the perimeter of the circle. Right? Now, first of all, can you tell me the theta in this case? This is 90, the entire is 360. Can you see that this theta is nothing but 270 degrees? Right? Theta is 270, so let me substitute 270. And can you tell me the radius as well? Now, radius is obviously OB, which is given to be, so into 60. Right? You can insert the value of 3.14, as in the pi. Right? Now, mind it, he says the perimeter of the tabletop. You have evaluated the perimeter of this thing. Right? This is also the boundary, this length. And this is also the boundary, this length. So, this plus this, you need to add to that. Now, this is what? 60. This is what? 60. So, plus 120. This is your answer. Evaluate karna. So, let's say, let's cut this. This is 6. This is 3. This is 90. Right? 90 into 3.14 you can easily do. Plus 120. The answer will turn out to be option C. Right? Now, question number 33. Let's move on to that. Now, he says number of solutions of this and this. Right? Now, he says 2 raised by x plus y is equal to 64. And 64 raised by x minus y is equal to 4. Now, left hand side is in powers of 2. Right? Right hand side, can you write 64 as powers of 2? Definitely. 64 is nothing but 2 raised by 6. So, bases are same, powers will be same. So, x plus y is equal to 6. Right? And now, right hand side, I just have 4 raised by 1 as in power of 4. Right? Can you write left hand side as power of 4? 64 and 4, are they related? 64 is cube root. No. 4 is the cube root of 64, right? So, can I write 64 as 4 raised by 3? Right? And this is x minus y is equal to 4. Right? So, this can be written as 4 raised by 3x minus 3y is equal to 4 raised by, let me write it 1. Since bases are same, powers will be same. So, 3x minus 3y equal to 1. Now, you need to tell me how many solutions are there. Either you can solve it or you can easily see A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. A1 by A2, 1 by 3. B1 by A2, minus 1 by 3. A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. That means that's the condition of what? Unique solution. Right? So that means number of solutions would be just 1. So answer is option D. Alright. Let's move on to question number 34. He says diagonal AC of rectangle ABCD. Sabse pehle, let me make my rectangle ABCD. A, B, C, D. Now diagonal AC is produced to point E, so produce it, such that AC ratio CE is 2:1. Okay, so this by this is 2:1. Right? AB is 8, so this is 8. BC is 6, this is 6. You need to find the value of DE. So let me join D and E. Right? I am interested in this length. Now, I can find the value of this length provided this length is part of some, let's see, 90 degree maybe of some right triangle, right? Because finding the length of sides in right triangle is pretty easy because practice, right? Now, right triangle chahiye and I want this to be the side. What I'll do is, I will extend this BC and then I will drop a perpendicular from E onto this. Let this point be S. Right? Now, using triangles EFD, if I get to know the length EF and the length DF, I can find the length DE. Right? Okay. Now, at least DF में से मुझे ये वाला part पता है, which is 8. Okay. अब मैंने अभी तक क्या use नहीं किया? AC ratio C. Now, AC ratio C. Now, first of all, do I know the length of AC? This is rectangle, that is, this is 90. This is 6, this is 8, that means this length is 10. Okay, so diagonal triplets, we very well know. Now this by this is 2 is to 1. Now you can use the ratio, or maybe you can just see it that if this is 10, this will be 5. 2 is to 1. Right? Now, mind it, I am interested in the value of DE. That means somehow I need to find the value of this. Right? Already I know that this length is 8. That means somehow I should know this length. Right? I am interested in this length. So how will I find out this length? Now, CF, if I want to find out, CF is part of this triangle, CFE, this triangle. And if I can see, I know all the sides in this triangle, ABC. Maybe I can use that. I know all the sides of this triangle and I need to find the sides of this triangle, right? Do you think these two triangles are similar to one another? Seems like it. But check it. This is 90, this is 90. Also, ये line extend करेगी, right? These two lines are parallel. Can I say that this angle is equal to this angle? Why? This is a transversal. These lines are parallel. These two angles are corresponding. So definitely this tiny triangle, as in FCE, is similar to triangle BAC. Right? Now I am interested in CF. Right? CF will be related with AB. AB is this one. और मुझे ratio तो पता ही है 2 is to 1. So if this is 8, this should be 4. 2 is to 1, right? And also ये भी यहीं से निकाल लेते हैं. This is 6. This will be 3. 2 is to 1. Done. Now I know the entire length DF, which is 12. Right? I know this length is 3. Just apply Pythagoras theorem and you'll get the answer as 3 root 17. Done. Now, let's move on to question number 35. He says LCM of 3 prime numbers PQR, when obviously the increasing order is given, decreasing order is given actually. Now, LCM of 3 prime numbers is given to be this. Now, LCM of 3 prime numbers. Now, LCM is lowest common multiple, right? Prime numbers हैं, उसमें common factors तो वैसे नहीं होंगे. तो मेरे को इसकी prime factorization कर लेनी चाहिए. A prime factor, I can see it is divisible by 5, so divide by 5. So 5 into, I'll get 299, right? Now 299, prime factors देखिए, 7 से divisible नहीं है, 11 से divisible नहीं है, 13. Let's check. 13 into 26 are 2, so 26, so 31, yeah. 13 into 26. So I can factorize this as 5 into 13 into 26. 3 prime numbers, come on, that is 5, 13, 23. But the largest prime number, which is P, is 23. Then comes the middle one, Q, which is 13, and the lowest one, which is 5. Just substitute the value and you will get the answer as option D. Alright, so the next one, if AB form a line segment and P is a point on AB such that AP is equal to 3 by 7 AB, then P is. So basically I need to write the coordinates of P. Now what is given to me? That AB forms a line segment. Suppose this is A, which is minus 5, comma minus 5. And suppose this is B, which is minus 1, comma minus 7. Now P is the point on this such that AP is 3 by 7 of AB. 3 by 7 of the entire thing. Right? Now if I take my AB to be 7x, AP will be 3x. 3 by 7 of 7x is 3x. That means this is 4x. Why did I do that? Because I'm interested in the ratio this is to this. Because I can use the section formula. So this ratio I get AP by CD I get 3 is to 4. Right? 3 is to 4. Now since I know the ratio, I can use the section formula. Okay? So 3 into minus 1, so that is minus 3. Plus 4 into minus 5, which is minus 20, divided by 3 plus 4, which is 7. Right? Now, I'll just write the x coordinate. Kyun? Okay, x coordinates are different. Minus 23 by 7, x coordinate. That is just in the second option. That means this has to be correct. I will not do the y coordinate. Right? Now, let's move on to question number 37, I guess. Right? Yes, this is 37. I am told. it maybe. Now, he says, A tells his daughter, so A is obviously a father, tells his daughter, 7 years ago, I was 7 times as old as you were then. 7 years ago, I was 7 times as old as you were then. Also, 3 years from now, I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. Which of the following is correct algebraic representation of the situation? Basically, I need to find the equation, right? So, now ki baat kar rahe. What I'll do is I'll talk about the present ages first, right? So this is my father and this is the daughter, and daughter let it be denoted by D. And father A de rakha hai, so A दिख देते हैं, fine. Present age. Now, suppose the present age of father is X and present age of daughter is Y. Now, first situation is 7 years ago, right? 7 years before that, the age of the father would be X minus 7 and age of the daughter would be Y minus 7. Now, he says, my age is 7 times as your age. So, this age is 7 times as this. X minus 7 is equal to 7 times Y minus 7. Check करिए कोई है X minus 7Y पर, यहाँ पर है X minus 7Y पे. Oh, this is the only one. That means option A is the correct one. I will not even check that. X मतलब भी check कर लेते हैं. X minus 7Y minus 7 plus 49 हो जाएगा plus 42. सिर्फ ये equation बन रही है. That means I will not check for the second equation, second situation because only A can be the answer. All right. On to the next question. 30th. Secant A plus tan A into 1 minus sin A is equal to, right? और यहाँ पे sin. इसको भी sin and cos में change करना पड़ेगा. So let's do that. Now secant A is reciprocal of cos A. So let me write that 1 by cos A plus tan A is what? Sin A by cos A. Oh, denominator is same, that means I can add it directly. I can write this as 1 plus sin A divided by cos A into 1 minus sin A. Okay, in the numerator I have 1 plus sin A into 1 minus sin A. A plus B into A minus B, that is A square minus B square, which is 1 minus sin square, right, divided by cos A. 1 minus sin square A. There is a trigonometric identity, sin square A plus cos square A equal to 1. Do we remember that? Sin square A plus cos square A equal to 1. 1 minus sin square A is nothing but cos square A. So that means this becomes cos A. As in option D is the correct one. Right? Now, on to question number 39. He says it is proposed to build a singular circular park equal in area to the sum of areas of two circular parks of radius 16 centimeter and 12 centimeter. Should be meter because tiny parks तो हो नहीं सकते, right? Right? Maybe I miswrote it. Okay. The radius of the new park will be. Now, suppose the radiuses are smaller. So I know the area of the park, as in the new park, by r square, will be equal to sum of areas of the parks of this radius. So area of the park whose radius is this is pi, radius is 16, so 16 square, and area of the park whose radius is 12, that is pi 12 square. Sum of this, so add them up. Right? Now, obviously pi cancel हो जाएगा. ये आएगा r square is equal to 16 square plus 12 square. 12, 16, you know the answer. Triplet, 12, 16, 20. That means r has to be 20. Option A has to be the correct one. Right. On to the next one. The center of the circle passing through the points this, and this is. Now, it is an objective kind of paper, right? As you know. So, let's try to use a different method, right? I will discuss the subjective method after the objective method. So, let's discuss the commonsensical way first. Now, center of the circle passing through this, and this. Let me see where are these points located. Right? 5, comma, minus 7. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 7, maybe it is here. Obviously, not to the scale. 2, comma, minus 8. 2, minus 8. Maybe it is here. Right? 2, comma, 2. maybe it is here. So I need to have a circle passing through these 3 points. Now I know 3 points determine a unique circle, right? So my circle, maybe it is something like this, right? Since it has to pass all 3 points, the circle has to look like this. Obviously, this is not a very pretty circle, but it's okay. Now, I need to talk about the center of the circle. Can you guess in which quadrant the center will lie? Now, obviously, the center would lie somewhere here, right? थोड़ा accurately बनाओगे तो वो रहेगा तो यही, right? As in the 4th quadrant. Now, I know the points in 4th quadrant have a very special quality. What is that? I know that x coordinate will be positive, x coordinate will be positive, and y coordinate will be negative. अब ऑप्शंस में देखें, फर्स्ट तो वैसे ही रिजेक्ट हो जाता है, x is negative, मुझे तो पॉजिटिव चाहिए. सेकंड हो सकता है, ओके. थर्ड अगेन रिजेक्टेड बिकॉज y has to be negative. Fourth, it can be. So that means out of these 2 options, I need to select the correct one. Now, अब center देखना है. Now, center is such a point, right? Whose distance from this point, whose distance from this point, whose distance from this point. These 3 have to be equal. Check कर लें. So let me name this point O, and this is suppose A 2,2, and B को हम लिख लेते हैं 2, -8, and C let me write as what 5, -7. Right? Let me check for this one. So मैं यहाँ पे देख लेती हूँ 3, -2. If this is the center, let me find out distance between this point and this point. Okay? Distance square root of this minus this whole square. So 1 square plus this minus this whole square. So minus 4 whole square. Done. Let me find if this is the center. So distance of this and this. Okay? 3 minus 2, that is 1 square. Plus minus 2 minus -8, that is 6 square. Now clearly distance between this and distance between this, they are not equal, right? So that means this cannot be the center. अब ये तो reject हो गया. That means option D has to be the correct one. Now obviously I will not check whether it is distances अब check नहीं करूँगी because ये सारे options exhaust कर लिए. This has to be the correct one, right? This is how you will do it in the objective paper, right? Now suppose अगर subjective manner में करना है उसको कैसे करेंगे? Now center निकालना है of the circle. Now let the center be x, y. Right? Now I know that OA should be equal to OB should be equal to OC. Using this relation, I'll get an equation in x and y. Using this relation, I'll get an equation in x and y. अब ये linear equations होंगी in 2 variables. Since these are 2 in number, you can solve them and get the value of x and y. So this is subjective manner. A paper objective है तो common sense use करेंगे and we'll get the answer. Alright. Now we are moving on to case study. Let's read it. Modit and his friends went on a holiday trip. During their trip, Modit dived from the top of the cliff, which is point Q. So this is the top of the cliff, and he dived from here and immersed at the water surface at point B. So he dived from here. He went inside the water, obviously, and he immersed at this point. Right? The curve P of x describes the path of the Modit's drive. So we can see this is the curve which describes Modit's drive. Now, based on this, there are some questions. So let's discuss 41st question. He says zeros of P of x is R. Now, P of x is this. Now, zeros I can ascertain from where? From the point of intersection with the x-axis. This is the x-axis, the point of intersection. देखिए. So, point of intersection. एक तो यहाँ पे हो रहा है, right? And this point is clearly -2, 0. So, -2 is the 0. Then, point of intersection here, 4 is the 0. Point of intersection here, 10 is the 0. So, -2, 4 and 10, these are the zeros, as in option A is the correct one. Right? Now, he says zeros of this polynomial are -2 and 4. Then the value of b is. Now, x square plus bx plus this. This is a polynomial and zeros are -2 and 4. I am interested in the value of b. Right? Now, the value of b is actually related with what? Since zeros are given, do I know the relationship between zeros and the coefficients? Since b is the coefficient of x, maybe I can use the relationship. Now, sum of zeros, I know, is equal to minus b by a. Here a is 1, so minus b. And sum of zeros I can find from here, minus 2 plus 4, that is 2. So 2 is equal to minus b. b turns out to be minus 2 as an option. C is the correct one. Alright. Now on to the 43rd question. He says the value of b square plus c square in x square plus bx plus c above is. Now in the previous question we ascertained the value of b and b turned out to be minus 2. How did we ascertain? Because we know the zeros of the polynomials, they were minus 2 and 4. You can refer to the previous question. Alright. Now b is minus 2, c nikal. Now again, c can be found out using the relationship between zeros and coefficients. Now constant term is related with the product of zeros. Now product of zeros as in minus 2 into 4 is equal to c divided by 1. So c itself. So c turns out to be minus 8. Right? I want to know b square plus c square. So b square is 4 and c square is 64. So 4 plus 64, that is option D is the correct one. Done. Next. Question number 44. Now he says if alpha beta are zeros of this polynomial, x square minus 8x minus 20. Right? Alpha beta are the zeros. I am interested in this value. 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. Right? Now if I know that alpha beta are the zeros of this polynomial, I know sum of zeros. That means I know that alpha plus beta is equal to what? Minus of minus 8 divided by 1. Or I can directly write it as 8. Right? Also I know product of zeros as in alpha beta, which is equal to minus 20 divided by 1. These two relations are known. I need to find the value of this. अच्छा अब ऐसे मैंने यहाँ पे आ गया beta plus alpha divided by alpha beta. Do I know the value of numerator? Yes, which is 8. Substitute it. So 8 divided by. Do I know the value of denominator? Which is minus 20. Substitute it and you'll get the answer as minus 2 by 5. Option B is the correct one. Now on to the next one. Question number 45. Now he says one of the zeros of this polynomial. So x square minus 14x plus k. One of the zeros is 10. And we need to find the value of k. Now k is the constant term. That means it is related with the product of zeros. One zero is already known to you. Can you tell me the other zero? मुझे sum of zeros पता है. Other zero ले लेते हैं beta. Now I know sum of zeros, that is 14. Minus of minus 14. Right? So sum of zeros यहाँ से भी लिख सकते हैं. 10 plus beta is equal to 14. So beta turns out to be 4. Second zero is 4. Right? Now k is product of zeros as in 10 into 4, which is 40. Also we can use the other method also. Since I know that 10 is the zero of this polynomial, that means when I substitute x by 10, the value of the polynomial will turn out to be 0. From there also you can find the value of k. Alright, now let's move on to case study 2. Now there is a portion which is given in the paper. You can refer to that in the description box. I will not write it, but I will read it for you. He says a basketball court, which is this one. Obviously my drawing is not that great, but deal with it. A basketball court is a playing surface consisting of a rectangular floor with baskets at each end. So obviously here would be one basket, I guess, and another basket would be here. Cool. You know how a basketball court looks. Indoor basketball courts are mostly made of polished wood, usually maple, with 3 meters high rims on each basket. Okay. As if that is relevant. As per International Basketball Federation rules, court measures 28 by 15 meters. So 28 meters, 15 meters. Okay, let me write it for you. Very important details. Each team plays with 5 players on the court during the game. Okay. The position of the players of a team are shown in the picture below. Now, position of some of the players is given. Right. Now, suppose A is my player. At position A, my player is there. At position B, my player is there. And at position C, my player is there. And obviously, we have described the coordinate system as this is the origin, this is my positive axis, x-axis, this is my positive y-axis. Coordinates of A is -3, 2. Coordinates of B is 2, 5. Coordinates of C is 4, -4. This is not obviously up to the scale, but it's fine. Now, based on this, let's solve the question. First question is the coordinates of the centroid of triangle ABCR. Coordinates of the centroid. Now, centroid, coordinates of the centroid. If the coordinates of the vertices are x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Remember the coordinates of the centroid have to be x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. So we can use that directly. So x1, suppose that is this, -3, plus x2, that is 2, plus x3, which is divided by 3. This gives you the x coordinates, so y coordinate likhna hai, which is y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. So y1, 2 plus y2, which is 5, plus y3, which is -4. So -4 divided by 3. Right? So this is what? 2, right? 6 by 3. And this is 7 minus 4, that is 3. So 2, 1. Maybe I have written the wrong option. Oh, no, my bad. It's -3 plus 6, so which is 3. 3 divided by 3, which is 1. So don't commit the errors that I just did. Right? So 1, 1 is the centroid of the triangle ABC. Done? Now, let's move on to question number 47. Now, he says if A needs to be at equal distances from B and C. Now, A has to be from equal distances from B and D, तो मुझे नहीं पता, but okay. Says that B, A, D are collinear, then position of D will be. Right? Now, he says A, distance of A from B and distance of A from B, they have to be equal. Also, these 3 points are collinear. Right? I know that this distance has to be equal to this distance. BA is equal to AB. And using this, I need to find the position of B. As in the coordinates. Now, position of A is -3, 2. And position of B is 2, 5. I need to find the position of D. Can I find that? Obviously, I can see that A is the midpoint of the segment D. Right? So, इसको मान लेते हैं A, B. Right? I know that A plus 2 divided by 2 will give me the x coordinate of the midpoint, which is -2. Right? From here, you can get A as -6 minus 2 as -8. -8. So that means either this will be the answer or this will be the answer. Fine. Okay. Y coordinate में निकाल लेते हैं. B plus 5 divided by 2 will give you the y coordinate of the midpoint, which is 2. So this is B is equal to 4 minus 5, which is -1. So B is -1. That means option A has to be the correct one. Alright. On to the next one. A point equidistant from B and D is. Now coordinates of B is 2, 5. And coordinates of D, I can ascertain from the previous question, and it turned out to be what? -8, -1. Right? Since this is a case study, questions might be interrelated, so you have to be careful. Now he says a point equidistant from B and D. Right? I'll check a little. Right? 3, 8. Let me find the distance between this and this. So ये क्या होगा? Square root. This minus this whole square, so 1 square. Plus this minus this whole square, so 3 square. Now, let me find the distance of this point and this point. So, square root of 3 minus -8, so 11 square. Obviously, ये plus मैं आगे कर भी देती हूँ तो 9 square ही होगा. Definitely, these two distances are not equal. So, this is not the answer. Let me check. Option B. So, this is -3, -8. Find the distance between this point and this point. So, this is -3 minus 2 minus 5 whole square. Plus -8 minus 5 minus 13 whole square. Now, distance between this point and this point. So, -3 plus 8 हो जाएगा. So, 5 square. Plus -8 plus 1 हो जाएगा. So, -7 whole square. Clearly, these two are not equal, so that means option B is also rejected. Next, 3 comma minus 8. Let me check for this. Find the distance between this and this. So square root this minus this whole square 1 square plus minus 8 minus 5 minus 13 whole square. Now distance between this point and this point. So 3 minus 11 square plus minus 8 plus 1, so plus 7 square. Check कर लें कहीं आ तो नहीं रहा इससे because मुझे दिख नहीं रहा. So you over root 170 and here I have 121 plus 49. These two are equal. These two are equal. That means this distance and this distance, they are equal. So 3 comma minus 8 is such a point which is equidistant from B and A. That is why option C is the correct one. Right. Now let's move on to question number 49. Now while playing, A changes the position. So A was here. Now while playing, obviously he can change the position such that B, A, C are collinear, right? Now A is changing the position, C position 6 है 4 comma minus 4 and G हमने निकाला था, it was I forgot again, it was minus 8 comma minus 1, yeah, minus 8 comma minus 1 and A has changed the position, right? Now he says B, A, C, so बीच में A के लिए जगह बचाते हैं, B, A, C, they are collinear, as in they are in the same straight line. C, A देख रहा है. अब A is twice as far from D as he is from C, right? Twice as far from D. So D से वो ज़्यादा दूर है, right? So maybe my A is here, right? Twice as far from D as he is from C. Suppose he is X distance away from C, right? He is twice as far. That means this distance is 2x. Right? Now he says new position of A. Now I know the coordinates of D. I know the coordinates of C. A के coordinates निकालने. That means I should know this ratio this. In section formula I can find it. And this ratio this is nothing but 2:1. So I know this also. 2:1. Now let me use the section formula. 2 into 4, that is 8, plus 1 into minus 8, minus 8. So this is 0 ही हो गया, divide by 3, but it doesn't matter, वो 0 है. This is the x coordinate. Then next is 2 into minus 4, that is minus 8. 1 into minus 1, which is minus 1. Divide by 2 plus 1, which is 3. And this is minus 3. So 0 comma minus 3 as in option B is the correct one. Alright. Now the next and the last question of the test. He says if player E is positioned at this. Position of E is given 16, 1 and then a point on x-axis, that means a very nice point because I know its y-coordinate. Any point on x-axis would have the y-coordinate as 0, right? So option A or option C तो वैसे ही खत्म हो जाता है, which is equidistant from D and E is, right? So D भी लिख लेते हैं, D हमने निकाला था, this I remember now, it is minus 8 comma minus 1, right? Now I need to check whether this is equidistant or whether this is. Let me check one by one. So let's start with minus 4 comma 0. Let me find out this distance. So this is minus 4 minus 16, so minus 20 whole square plus 0 minus 1, so minus 1 whole square, right? Let me find out this distance. So square root of minus 4 minus minus 8, so 4 square plus 0 minus minus 1, so plus. Clearly this is not equal to this. That means this is rejected. Option D has to be the correct one, right? So that is the end of the discussion. Few points to be noted for your upcoming boards. Since it is an objective type paper, attempt it like one, right? Also, utilize that reading time very well because you should be able to decide which questions to do and which questions to leave. Decision making plays a very important role and that's why utilize all the time that you can get, right? And last but not the least, actually second last point, you should not commit any calculation errors. I know questions might be easy, but if If you do calculation error, that question is gone for you, right? And this is the paper where you can score a perfect 100, a perfect 40, whatever the marks is, 100%, right? Last but not the least. Now, this is the last point actually. You should be able to enjoy the paper. As long as you enjoy the paper, that will bring out the best outcome that you can expect. All right. So that's it for today. I will see you next time. Thank you.